Hello, guys. She was just walking up ahead. She didn't realize I had stopped to turn on my camera, so she was freaking out. Just another night down here on Pub Street. I like coming down here occasionally. The one thing I really like about Siem Reap is that you can have like a busy, heavily populated city kind of feel right here on Pub Street in the downtown area at night. Feels more like a bustling, thriving city. But then, as you saw in previous videos, I take a walk through some more traditional Khmer neighborhoods, and they're all nice and quiet and just regular, neighborhoods. Not a lot of tourists. People just going about their day, their business. And that's one thing I really like about Siem Reap, is that you can find, if you feel like going nuts, come down here. If you feel like just want to chill out, be a little quiet, not much going on, you can do that here as well. So it's not like it is places like Phnom Penh where, the whole city is go, go, go all the time. Some people like that, and that's great. But I like the variety here. Plus, as I've said many times before, if you want to see humanity in general at its finest, oh no thank you, at its finest and its worst, come down here sometime after midnight. You will find some of the most fascinating, great people you will ever meet. And you will also find some of the drunkest, most obnoxious people you might want to ever meet. All in one. So it's all good. But when people come here as visitors, as tourists, they go to Angkor Wat during the day, then they come to party down here at night. And then you have the row of tuk-tuks. A lot of tuk-tuks. And of course the various items for sale. Ooh. Just give me a straw if that was real. Yeah. Things you can buy. Skirts. Dresses. Yeah. $10?
Yeah.
Seng is telling me that this dress right here only costs $10. So, yeah, $10 is good. $10 is good. Got a lot of restaurants down here, of course. 50-cent beers everywhere. Pass app? Okay, she wants to take a pass app home. I was going to walk and talk, but she has decided she is tired. Here's something that could be interesting. I've never seen this before. Khmer archery. It looks like it's a club of some kind, using old-fashioned bows and arrows. That could be interesting. All right. I'm going to go ahead and contact the Pass app. Talk to you guys later. All right. It's obviously the next night. I wanted to take some video of my Pass app ride home, but it was too dark. Therefore, I did not. Somebody suggested that they wanted to know some words in Khmer for when they come over here. Basic words, basic things. I don't know if Seng actually understands what I want her to do, but we're going to try to use her as a reference. Now, some of these words I know and can say fairly correct, at least correct enough for people to understand me, which is really what you want. So those words I will tell you. We'll start off with the basics. The word for in English, hello. In Khmer, Susadai. Yeah, Susadai. That's how you say hello in an informal way. Now, if you're meeting somebody who is like a much older or any position of authority, you would show more respect and say Jamripsu. Jamripsu. That would be the formal way to greet somebody in Khmer. The word or the words in English, thank you. No, that is incorrect. No, I said thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Khmer.
Akun. I told you she doesn't quite understand what I want her to do. She doesn't quite, and her not knowing English that well could be troublesome. But yes, that is how you would say thank you. I don't know if you can hear that music over there. They're having their exercise class outdoors. Getting their exercise on. So we have the word for hello, the word for thank you. Now, Okun is thank you. So if you wanted to say no, thank you, the word for no is ate. Ate. So of course you would just combine those two things to say no thank you. Ate Okun. No, thank you. Let me see what else. Oh yeah. Of course, when you're over here, you might be in need of some time of a restroom, a public restroom. So you would want to know how to say the proper name for that. So, toilet.
Bangkon.
Bangkon.
Yeah.
Bangkon. Bangkon is how you would ask for a bathroom or to go to the toilet. Bangkon. The word for you, if you're referring to yourself, you would say kinyom. Kinyom. That means I in Khmer, right? Kinyom. I. So in the sentence, Kinyom Jang Dalin would be translated as I want. Jang. Kinyom Jang Dalin is simply the way to say go out. I want to go out. Kinyom Jang Dalin. I want to go out. I want to go out. The word for like, Jiljet. Jiljet. Kinyom Jiljet Aha Khmer. Aha means food. It stands for food, and of course Khmer is the type of food I like, and that would come at the end of the sentence. Kinyom Jiljet Aha Khmer. I like Khmer food is what I'm saying. And I realize my my pronunciation is not perfect, but that's not the point of this. It's just to let somebody know how to say certain words to get them by in certain situations. What is the word for police? Police.
Yeah.
Poli.
Yeah.
Poli. Poli. Almost the same. Poli means police in Khmer. I think that's about it. I did look up the word doctor on Google Translate, and that's a word I'll probably never say correct. I thought I was saying it correct, but then Seng Lai and one of the kids from the landlord down, he was upstairs cleaning the hallway, and they were both laughing at me when I tried to say it, so I'm not even going to try. But if you're in need of a medical assistance, and it's not quite an emergency where you would have to go to the hospital, the word for clinic is the same, clinic. You tell somebody clinic, and they'll point you to the nearest medical clinic. So that should be pretty easy. Yeah. I think that's about it. Those are some words. I know some more, like numbers and things. 1 through 5 is mui, pi, bai, boon, bram. Bram is 5. So if you need to use that, mui, pi, bai, boon, bram. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there you go, a little Khmer lesson for you. She's laughing at me. But anyway, if you want to learn like from the ground up Khmer, I recommend. I just started using it today. I was watching a video on 10 useful websites you might not know existed and that kind of thing. And there's a website which is also an app on iOS and Android. It's called Memrise, M-E-M-R-I-S-E. And the problem with a lot of these language learning platforms is that they don't have Khmer. Doesn't seem to be a very popular language that people want to learn. I've tried several, including Duolingo, and they didn't have Khmer as an option. So I went to Memrise, and sure enough, there it was. A whole course, starting with the basics, the consonants, the alphabet, if you will. And so I just started today with ga, ka, ja, which are how you pronounce certain letters of the Khmer alphabet. But then it goes on to, words and sentences, and as far as I can tell, they'll also go into verbs and adjectives and things of that nature. So I hope that helped the person that asked a little bit. I hope that helped out. Oh, they also wanted to know how much. I remember that now. When you ask how much is this, how much is that, you can simply say Klai Pamon. Klai Pamon. Klai Pamon? How much? How much? Klai Pamon? Klai Pamon? Is that how you say it? No, how much? No, in Khmer, how do you say how much? Klai Pamon. No, okay, and see, she doesn't understand. Louis is money. Louis is money. How much money? How much does that cost? How much? Oh, there we go. What is it?
Yeah.
Say it again. Klai Pamon. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yes, Klai Pamon. There you go. Klai Pamon. How much? And that's just 2 words. Just how much. They will know what you're. Of course, if you're using that, you might have to be way out in the outer reaches of the city, because all the sellers here are aware of that phrase, how much is it? They're waiting for people to ask, so you can begin your negotiating process, and hopefully it leads to a sale. So there are certain words in English, that you won't need to actually know the Khmer words for, because everybody in the city are already aware of them. Even if they speak no other English, they're going to know the language of commerce. How much? How much is this? They will know that. They will know that. Exactly, yes. Yes. That's okay, I knew we'd get there. I thought I was saying it right, but like I said, I wanted you to hear it from a native speaker, make sure my pronunciation and everything was on point. I can say certain sentences with not too much difficulty. But the reason I'm taking that memorized course is because I need to know how to, things are just different in the language here. They put the question words at the end of the sentence instead of at the beginning. Their use of prepositions and articles is almost non-existent because there are not words for them in their language. So when I'm teaching English and I'm teaching them to say my name is, that's the word they'll leave out most of the time, the word is, because they don't use it in Khmer. So they'll say something like my name's Sopanpoom, and I have to say no, my name is Sopanpoom, because we want to be sure they got that right. So for instance, in Khmer, when you want to know somebody's name, you will simply say Nhek Chamoai, Nhek Chamoai, Nhek Chamoai. Yeah. And when Nhek is the word you use for you. It's the word for you. We don't pronounce the K sound hard like we would like the word neck. We don't say it. We kind of swallow the K sound. There are several words and instances where we do that in the Khmer language, but Nhek Chmoa I. I is what? That word would go at the end of the sentence instead of the beginning. So roughly translated, it actually means you name what? You name what? Not what is your name, even though that would be the English form of saying that, if that makes sense. So there are little things like that that make it difficult for me to have conversations without using phrases that I've already memorized. I just need to know, where does the adjective go in this sentence? You know, do I put this word before or after? At the beginning or at the end? Because the rules will be different than it is in English. Yeah, I said a whole lot and don't really know how much good it did, but I hope that helped you a little bit. You kind of pick up on the language once you're here long enough. I notice when I hear people speaking Khmer, I can pick up on more and more words and things they're saying, kind of get the gist of the conversation they're having, even though I might not know exactly what they're saying. But anyway, I don't know where we're going, but it's a nice night, breezy, down by the river. Tomorrow back to teaching again. Morning classes, afternoon classes, evening classes. It's all an adventure. Alright, I'm going to end this one here so I don't bore you to death. I will talk to you guys in the next one.